Welcome to another episode of Mario Kart Tour, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. In today's episode, we'll be unpacking the Night Tour. That includes Donkey Kong Gladiator, Rome Avanti, both versions 1 and 2, as well as Moonview Highway from Nintendo Wii. If that sounds good with all of you, please show your support with the channel by leaving a like on this video and subscribing to the channel. Your support is what keeps this channel going and allows for moments like this, including the grand return to Mario Kart Tour. Look at this. Oh my goodness. It's been so long since I've seen where my account is at. It's been cryogenically frozen, if you will. It'll be interesting to see what that entails for my account in terms of the resources, and we'll discuss that as we go through things. There are no definitive plans, and a lot of that has to go with my particular interest in the game and the perspective of where things are at, as well as where things are going. Forgot how long these downloads are. Oh, this is like an eternity waiting for this. It's incredible how 3 years goes by without new DK content, and then it's like as soon as it's available, it's like, are the servers crashing again just like they were in the Jungle Tour? Those of you that played back in the Jungle Tour in 2020 would remember that no one could get access to the new tour for several hours. But it's moving here, just at a snail's pace. It's on 50cc, this download. Back in the day, I'd make a joke that they're loading in all the luck into the pipe, but there is no pipe, right? We just go right to the Spotlight shop and click. And that's one of the nice things that they've done with Mario Kart Tour since the early days, is that, you know, while the same forces and factors are in play within the ecosystem, such as the matchmaking, and especially when it comes to those ranked rewards, right? We just had the Gold Knight Luigi in the Mario vs. Luigi Tour. But by and large, the choice is entirely on the player to do what's best for your account. And you know, if you make that choice, you know exactly how much you're going to be spending to obtain those items, and you can plan accordingly. You know, when the gacha was in play, especially with those non-spotlight pipes, it was really difficult, and that's why, you know, we largely, you know, focused on that content, just to be able to be a beacon of information, understanding, and hope for players out there that really struggled with the gacha. And, you know, very fortunate to see that that's been removed. And, you know, finally, you know, Mario Kart Tour is kind of getting its footing here with this, you know, really exciting new content now that we're, you know, very well established in the Spotlight era. All right, we finally got in. It looks fantastic. Look at this. Oh, so good. There's our guy DK. What's the special skill gonna be, right? Oh, according to the comments, most of you wrote in. I was a little bit surprised by this. Boomerang Flower was the #1 choice. So there we go. Rome Avanti 1. Welcome back. Login bonus is 150. So this is something that I had mentioned in a video last fall. Thanks to the observation of Envy, they had signed back in. We're not going to bed just now. We got to get through a little bit of DK action here, right, folks? But anyway, the 150 rubies is to encourage players to lose it, you know, in that first tour when they join. It used to be 45. They used to want you to burn it on a 10 fire with the pipe, but the pipes are gone now. So they're like, we don't care how many rubies we give out, because they want new paying customers. And in order to do that now, it's 150 rubies. So we'll take full effect of that. Let's see, we also pick up a lot of coins. It doesn't matter. The resources, we were pretty good on those, and we're not going to harp on that too much. Anyway, here we go. Oh, he looks so good there. Is that going to be the thumbnail pose that's in the character page? If so, that's fantastic. Donkey Kong Gladiator and the Rainbow Flappy Wing Glider are in the spotlight. Interesting that they didn't mention the Chain Chomp Chariot Oh, there it is. They just mentioned it down below. It's like, I wonder how many people's hearts skipped a beat when they didn't see that. It's like, oh no, did they throw an extra ranked reward in there? So they're going to be on sale, which is very good. I don't want to read too far on this. We have the Rocky Wrench Me Racing Suit is on sale. I guess that's one of the ones that's been out recently, so that's going to be up for an offer. Yeah, let's not scroll too far because we don't want to spoil the special skill. We're just going to go right into it, folks. You know, here's what I could do to set up the proper context for this, right? Because we love context on things. We're going to just take a look at my driver inventory here. You know, this is where things were at when last I played. You can see that the normals, nothing's maxed out here. Baby Luigi is the highest one at level 7. And that's because I was doing the Holy Trinity, if you will, back when the daily selects provided that pathway. Then they merged the groups together, so that was no longer a factor. That premium category doesn't exist anymore, so it's just everything is lumped together now. And then, you know, there was never a pathway moving forward for me to max out the normals beyond that. Then we take a look at the supers. You can see I really was carried a lot by Mario and Peach having that cut boost representation here. We did max out the DK, some very friendly polls and daily selects appearances. But this is the one, this one really hurt me. I went over 5 months without seeing this guy in my daily selects. Pipe pulled the whole 9 yards, and that wasn't too good. But you know, maybe we'll have some friendly welcome back luck with some of the daily selects and whatnot. Would definitely love to max out the Diddy Kong, but to do it naturally, right? And we also see I maxed out the King Boo, and that's not a threat to the Kongs because there is no overlap with the top shelf value there. And then, wow, look at all these new. This is where we can see what have I missed out on in the last, basically the whole 2023. Well, that's 4 Shy Guys, 2 Birdos, and a green Koopa free running there. So they've really increased the ranked rewards. I can tell you know, back when I was, you know, covering this, they were doing it, you know, for the full 2 weeks of a tour, where, you know, you just have one ranked reward for both weeks, and then they got wise to it, you know, not just because of my content, I'm sure, but a lot of players out there were able to, you know, tier down and, you know, double their opportunity essentially, make it the most fertile in their own ecosystem to obtain that. And they said, well, you know, people are going to do that, then we're going to cut into, you know, how many they can gain access to at that point, which is very wise on their part to do that. But this is where I want to get to the high ends in terms of skill. We can see the PGP there is level 4, and that's just through some free pulls and whatnot. No tickets spent. The only thing I've ever spent tickets on in this game, we can find, where are the Kongs? This should be at the bottom, right? Because of the, they have the villain status, even though they're really not. So we can see Funky Kong right there with the banana barrels. Oh, we had so much fun with Funky with those banana barrels. Maxed out. That is only triple cap, though, I do believe. Yeah. Where is it? Let me see. Can we? Yeah, we can race. So, yeah, these are only triple capped. I never quad capped them. And you can see that the Dixie Kong there is not level 8. And that's because, just like Diddy Kong, daily selects and wanting to max that out. But we definitely, we had a lot of favorability with Funky Kong with the polls and daily selects. DK Jr. not available in those, so that's the one that I've spent the lion's share of my tickets on. And then all these coin boxers, you know, I don't play for coin boxers, no special skill that I really go in for in particular. So what does that mean for this DK Gladiator? Doesn't matter what the special skill is here, right? We're gonna enjoy it no matter what. You know, the ticket counts here, let's see where we left things off at. Wow, 79. I had more than I realized, actually. I thought I was at 70, 60, and 60. So we really pushed it ahead there, I suppose. Wow, that's, you know, and then, of course, you know, some of you folks out there in the audience might say, well, you know, help the community so much with All Cup ranking. Where's going to be the All Cup ranking here, KG? And the thing is that I present that information for your benefit because those are the goals that mean the most to you in the community out there. Maybe not specifically every individual out there, but the vast majority of you, play for either ranked, tiering up, or for the All Cup ranking. Completely understandable. Those are the two mainstream pathways in the game for experiencing success and enjoyment. The way how I characterize my own gameplay experience is very individualized, especially when we take a look at the landscape of Mario Kart Tour now. When tiers increased to 99 from 80, they cut the rubies down from 40 to 25 for first place. And then if you add up those rubies, it effectively equaled the 300 that they were giving away for tier 99. And then now that tier 99 is well established as the max, due to the new challenge card where if you finish in first place 30 times, you gain access to a special badge. You get 5 rubies per clearance of each of those challenges. It's 45 rubies max. And that lets you know that tier 99 is going to be established for quite some time. It might not ever expand to 100 or beyond, as many of us thought that it may, because conventional wisdom in Mario Kart Tour suggested that growth would always look that way until presented with new information, as it were. And then, what's your end game, right? And that's going to be what my new series of content is about. At least I'll show you my approach to things as I go through this, and finding your own personal enjoyment. It doesn't have to, you don't have to copy me at all, but it's just a different outlet for experiencing thrills and joy in this game. Look, this is just a part of our lives, right? And I think it's really good to want to pursue something by your own definition. And if that's in addition to or alternative to the mainstream pathways in this game, I think it's all the wise, one way or the other. So without further ado, let us now click on this. And look, there might be an All Cup ranking run or not, but that's not my focal point. I'm not going to be burning through tickets and doing it the conventional way. Look, I'll talk to, my insiders on this, and we'll see what the potential is. But that's not my chief goal in playing this game. It never has been. It's been a thrill of mine to see all of you achieve your goals. And I know some of you, many of you, will be tuning in because this is supposed to be my moment in Mario Kart Tour, right? But look, my moment only exists because of all of you out there, right? And so this moment is all of your moments in my book. And here we go. This is Donkey Kong Gladiator, and it has the boomerang flower. So you were all right. Not all of you, literally, but most of you who predicted this skill were correct. And look, they had the coin boxer introduced in the last tour. Common trend in Mario Kart Tour is to follow that up with a boomerang driver, because that means that as DK is getting the top shelf on these tracks, such as New York Minute Battle Course. Ooh. Okay, we're not going to judge the value on this, folks. It's just going to be pure enjoyment the whole way through. But that is funny that that's the first one listed, is it not? I am happy to see it has a Moonview Highway, though. That looks really nice. Oh, and Singapore Speedway. We love Singapore, don't we? Seems like it has a really nice selection overall. So, really nice. Waluigi Stadium T, and that does not overlap. He survived the first overlap with DK Jr. If I'm not mistaken, DK Jr. received Waluigi Stadium RT. So, great job, Intern 4. I mean, look, he hooked me up. He's my guy, right? Oh, my goodness. But what they do is, Knight Luigi is going to be picking up buffs simultaneous to this. Donkey Kong Gladiators, or probably many of the other coin box drivers as well, will be picking up value, and that's how they can modulate the potential for these quote unquote boombox lobbies, right? So how many of his tracks will be boomboxable? Now, in terms of Boomerang Flower, it's really nice to see this because the potential is going to be there. If somebody wants to get a world record, my personal outlook on it can be a very grindy play style, and it can really test your patience. So personally, for me, I'm not going to be going for many boom boxes, but the potential is there. So there's always that side of things that we could pursue if we want to. But definitely in the case of Waluigi Stadium, that's a very good track. This is actually one that we had talked about on the pre-game stream, so join the Discord server if you want more content. Daily live stream plays, strat chats, all that stuff. We do it all on the Discord server. I'll leave a link in the description below. Waluigi Stadium is perfect for Boomerang, not even accounting for Coinbox. So that's all very good. Phenomenal. And I love that. So here's what we're going to do. First purchase is a discount at 30% off. So we're going to just go right in on it, right? Oh, it's so good. The sword and the shield are just so over the top. It's perfect for DK, right? Because everything with DK has got to be large. All right. But as a sign of good faith, you know, all this time, it's like we've been saving our rubies, right? We're gonna max them out. We're gonna do that thing, right? And this is as a thank you. I don't have to do this, right? You saw where the tickets are at, but you know, this is really special, and I want to show them through action that, you know, this is greatly appreciated, not just by me, but by so many players out there in the audience. You know, the Kong fans. You know, there hasn't been a new Kong game since Tropical Freeze. You know, it's been a whole decade, and you know, Mario Kart Tour was that beacon, especially the first year with Funky Kong and Dixie Kong. I mean, the servers crashed, people went wild, pulled on both pipes. I mean, I remember Yoshi Bear going, you know, to the bottom of both pipes, and that was like a really iconic moment. Very relatable too, since many people I had to go deep for Funky Kong myself. But we're gonna go the equivalent of that deep by spending our rubies here. All the way maxed out, and we gain access to those extra courses. I didn't even take a look at the level 8 track, which we'll see how that plays out. And then the Chain Chomp Chariot here. Let's see what the kind of initial overlap we get. Definitely overlaps with the Rome Avantis. At level 6, it overlaps with Waluigi Stadium R. But I don't see any other retro overlaps with DK. So I think we're just going to purchase this one time. We'll get it for the discount, and then I'll consider investing into this more significantly as time goes on. So there we go. We got that one in the inventory here, and now let's check out the Rainbow Flappy Wings. Waluigi Stadium RT. So that one is DK Jr. Very good there. And then yeah, I think that's the only one outside of these city courses. Of course, many of them are going to overlap with our brand new Gladiator friend here. So, all right, perfect. We have 2 purchases left on that. Oh, look at that. Poochie's in the shop on the first day. Let's check out the daily selects while we're already here, right? So there's your Rocky Wrench Me Racing suit along with the light green Me Racing suit. I prefer the lime myself. But anyway, we have a couple of princesses there. We missed the princess tour, so I guess they want to catch me up, right? All right, let's go. Ooh, tier 51. How did that happen? I don't know how that happened, actually. That's a good question. We were talking about what tier. I'm going to have to... I don't think I was that low, but... Here's our chance to start anew with that. We have, oh, look at that. The Funky Kong Cup is week 2. So we were going to say if Diddy Kong was going to get a ranked appearance, that would be something else. Maybe he did still. That'd be a real shocker, right, folks? But we know that Funky Kong's going to be in the second week. Very nice to see. Anyway, let's just go right into Rome Avanti. Yeah, they want us to play battle. I don't know if we're going to do that. I don't think so. So here we go. Wow, look at that. Oh, well, that makes it difficult, right, folks? It's like, how do you go against DK the Super, right? We didn't. I mean, you have to level it up. Okay, well, let's see first. What is his level 8 track? Just, you know, let's entertain this. Rome Avanti 2T is, and then you have the Singapore R and the Waluigi Stadium T. So let's see, where do those exist here? Okay, the Rome Avanti 2T, was it? I don't think that was one of them. Let's see. I think this is mostly just for ACR. Oh no, it does have 2T. Okay, so we'll have to see what the loadout is there. You know, that would be potentially one use of it. But we do know that Funky Kong is going to be in ranked week 2. So you might say, KG, if you love the Kong so much, just max it out, right? Well, here's the thing. I'll put a card up above to a video that I had produced called Why I Love Mario Kart Tour. And the major point of emphasis that I had brought forth was the RPG elements, right? And I want to feel like that progress is earned. And just like completely maxing it out on day 1, I could do that and I could have a lot of fun with it. But I do feel like the maximum joy and reward in feeling that progression would be to, you know, maybe give it like 2 levels each time I win a ranked cup or something like that, or have the need to push it to that point when the competition calls for it. But here we go. We'll go with the new guy. Just oh my goodness, look at this. Well, that's the thing, when they give so many of these new tracks, right, they really do load up on the supers. That's very friendly though, remarkable in fact. We're gonna race for fun with the new kart, but yeah, I mean, if we're really going in for ranked runs, then oh my goodness, supers across the board here. We're gonna go with the new set, but that is very interesting to see what the loadouts look like there. Well, let's give it a run. It's been a hot minute since we've done one of these. I don't even know what the settings are set at here, and if, oh, that looks so good. Come on now. This is what it's all about. Okay, so I still got it. It's like riding a bike, right? You don't really lose it too much. Does feel weird doing tricks though. Definitely the pace feels something that I'm going to have to catch up with. As we just see, I dropped combo there. But yeah, I still have the basics of, you know, my preferred grip on this. So let's see. I love how the jump boosts are made from those like fallen pillars. That is so good. So where is the Coliseum? Oh wow, he boomerangs me. Well, that's not nice. That's supposed to be my gig. Oh, look at that. Explorer Shy Guy helping the guy out. Oh, we already went through the Coliseum. That's right. That was this first part. Love the torchlit atmosphere here. Kind of has some slight vibes like Shy Guy Bazaar. And look at that green shell snipe, folks. That is remarkable that they can pull that off. Alright, so here we go. Let's see if we can get a hit. No, but being in second place is okay. We got the slipstream there. We should be good here. There we go. Not too shabby, 12K on the first run with our new fella here. Had to scramble to get that first place. Alright, and I love to get the base points naturally too. It's like, you know, you wait 3 years, you want to play with this. You don't want to just give it the tickets and burn it. No. You want to enjoy every single moment with this. So we're going to do a lot of runs, probably drain some XP on these courses, really get a feel for the lines. That's what it's all about, you know. I'm, you know, stressing over like boom boxes and percentages on spreadsheets. I mean, look, you know, when you're doing that, you know, for a very special and meaningful goal, absolutely, that's tremendous. But I think, you know, on the regular, on the whole, you know, finding, you know, the simple pleasures with this game, and so much of it is just, you know, coming on, seeing this character, doing the races, right? It's so good. All right, the next track. So this is where we do need the Donkey Kong. So I'm glad that he's going to be useful, even if I do decide to keep him at a lower level momentarily to his super counterpart. Now here's where we have some trouble with the carts. Okay, so we have the Moo Moo Off-Roader. We know that that's been a pretty good one, right? And otherwise, a lot of these options I recognize. So that means that these are older options, definitely. The Jumbo Jetter, or whatever the name is, that was with the Athens set with Toad. But let's see, good thing that we have the glider coverage here. So let's see what we can do on Rome Avanti 2R. So this is going to be a completely different setup here. I already see that we're going to be gliding, which is often the case. I love reverse tracks in Mario Kart Tour. Now granted, a city in reverse isn't as special as a retro in reverse because that makes it entirely unique for Mario Kart Tour relative to the other. Ooh, somebody didn't give me a boomerang there on that coin box. Whose coin box was that? Nice, look at that. Alright, so this is perfect for boomerang right here. Don't even need the coin box. You can get a lot of actions through there. Oh, I love this section with the trees. This is gorgeous, and this actually reminds me of like a nighttime Berlin, and you guys know how much I love Berlin. That was one of my all-time favorites, so just hitting all the vibes here. Love cities. If you were to ask me what is the one thing that makes Mario Kart Tour, I'm not going to say the Mii's, I'm not going to say coin box or scoring, I'm going to say it's the city tracks. That's what makes it for me. You know, I've always said a city tour is never a filler tour in my book. I've always, you know, greatly enjoyed and appreciated them, whether they're returning cities, brand new cities, doesn't matter. You know, every one of these is a special event. You know, perhaps that's contributed in part because I started the game, you know, in April 2020, you know, during the COVID lockdown. So, you know, and they were on pause, you know, during that time. You know, they were not touring the world. So when Mario Kart Tour did start touring the world again, they felt even more special because, you know, I had always seen those course thumbnails in the character value and never got to experience them myself. So every single time that these come into play, it feels like a really special moment. There we go, getting the points up on the DK set there. Fantastic, and let's see what the third track loadouts are. Ooh, well that's rough. And I don't think this is the level unlock that he gets right now because he's on the bottom shelf. So he gets RT as starting value, but otherwise, so we're on our own here. We might have to level up some things. Yeah, I was thinking probably the baseline. Yeah, I could see myself going to level 6 with the DK, and then maybe using the super on the first track. We'll see, and going from there with it. Let's see what's on the middle shelf here. We don't even have a coin boxer. So generally, you know, back in the day, if I was really trying for stuff, I'd use like, you know, wherever PGP is, because she has red coins. She's my only red coin boxer. Or you'd use a heavyweight like Gold King Bob-omb there. But we're going to go in with the DK. And here we have, ooh, look at that. The Sweet Day Tripper. I don't even know if that's the name. But sounds good. All right, here we go. All middle shelf, and this is kind of like the fun of Mario Kart Tour in some ways for me as well, because, you know, I have that minimalist kind of approach. I'm a free-to-play player. You might say, how did you get these accounts, the counts on your resources rather, being free-to-play? It's just patience and not, you know, feeding into the aggressive, oh, this is so cool, but we gotta focus and enjoy this. But I am a free-to-play player. You can check out my whole series of content to see how I've secured these resource counts and still managed to have fun with the game and really analyze it. So we have, oh wow, that probably hurts quite a bit if you run into that. That's funny. But this is awesome here. Yeah. You know, when we first saw the image, like it's easy to mistake this for, you know, something like, you know, Vancouver or New York Minute, but no, like when you're actually racing this, it feels very unique. So a couple of extra boxes there that you can pick up. We did not take advantage because I was not expecting them. I probably should have been, given this isn't the first time I've played this track, but it's been a hot minute on that one. One of my favorite Wii tracks, though. I always love the aesthetic of this, especially the bridge. I mean, this part here is so iconic, right? And then, you know, I love the part through the trees as well. So here we're going to pick up the extra box there, and we did there as well. All right, we can pick up this one. No, we were a little too early on that. That's okay. We can get this one. So it will be interesting and fun to maximize this course for sure, although with just the middle shelf here, I'm going with the 10K, and that'll get it done. So there's our, oh, wait, I didn't have DK maxed out? That's interesting. Well, that will be even more incentive to play through some of these. All right, let us see where that brings us in this rank cup. Check out the other challenges. These are all daily selects, so well, it's nice that they give it to us in week 1 like that. Tour multiplayer challenge. This is all still very familiar stuff that we're used to. So new expert challenges as well. All right, 35K. Look at that, first place. And then for the ranked reward, we have this fishbone Me Racing suit. The starting value on this we have bubble and is a top shelf 7, usually middle shelf 5. So right on pace with the existing value of things. Triple bananas for our yellow Shy Guy friends here. Very good special skill, nearly on par with that of Giant Banana. There's definitely some strategic things that you can do with this, especially him being a lightweight, I do believe, right? The normal Shy Guys are lightweights, and the Ninja Shy Guys are middleweights, I do believe. That's a distinction between the two. So this is actually kind of a fun multiplayer character to use, and definitely that's a nice skill to invest into as a super. And then we'll take a look at what the week 2's ranked rewards will be, but it will probably be one of those gold items. Let's check that out here. Oh wait, the gold fishbone cart is over here. That's fascinating. So here we go, the gold fishbone ferry, starting with 9 tracks. And ooh, those eyes look very ominous, but captivating, wouldn't you say? I guess that means that the gold wings will be, if not for over here, which I do not see them, that will be the week 2 ranked reward. Very interesting. Right after we were ready to write them off. That's fascinating. Okay, let us now go into the week 2 loadouts with Funky Kong Cup. All right, so we have PD Piranha here. And then no top shelf cart, but there is this brand new Fishbone Ferry with Mini Turbo Plus. Small hitbox on this card, but you know, sometimes these have a way of having sneaky good value, right? I like that it kind of is themed along with Dry Bones Gold, or just regular Dry Bones rather. The gold version, of course, being themed with gold Dry Bones. So that looks really cool. I mean, otherwise you have the jukebox buggy there. It was good in its initial run, but it did fall off there quite a bit. So we'd go with probably the high-end B cart there. And then we have, look at this, the origami wings. So we have top shelf, middle shelf, top shelf there, nothing special. And then in Rome Avanti 2T, yeah, see, this is, this will be interesting, right? Because it's like, you know, I have the level 1 driver, but, you know, we're looking at the DK there at level 8. I don't know. We'll see. I know the comments, you folks are probably going to really want to talk me into doing that. I don't know. We'll see. We will see. And then a lot of newer carts here that I don't recognize, but this will be in the week 2, the Yeehaw Wagon. Starts off with good value also. Interesting to note the overlap there with DK, the Wario Stadium, as well as DK Jr. over there on the RT for Waluigi Stadium. So here I'd go with the Banana Master, and then we do have the glider coverage. So that's potentially the loadout here, as well as the glider definitely pairs very favorably with the DK, if that is apparent. They did it, folks. They did it. Oh. They did it. I mean, Why did they do it with the Funky Kong Cup though? So it's, this reminds me of the Diddy Kong Cup in June 2020, and he already had top shelf access on Toad Circuit R. And if we go to Funky Kong here, Funky Kong does not have Toad Circuit R in the top shelf value, as you can see, but as we scroll down to the middle shelf course value, look, see Toad Circuit R there. He was boosted. He was Spotlight week 1, and there used to be a thing called the Spotlight Boost for the pipe. So Toad Circuit R would have been the second course in the frame, right where there were Rome Avanti 2T is. That's where Toad Circuit R would have been. And then, but I did use Diddy Kong because my Funky Kong was only level 1, and free-to-play players had access to no high-end tickets. So that was the last time I used Diddy Kong in a ranked cup track. But look, his streak is over. So it's like, but they got me good on that one, right? It's like, you know, I as soon as I saw the super icon with Diddy, this is an intern 4 moment. It's like, they just knew. It's like, give it to Funky Kong, right? So this is a legit top shelf for him though. Yeah, Rome Avanti RT. That's like a legit buff. And then they gave the Funky Kong. Oh no, so wait, why did they call it the Funky Kong Cup then? I don't know. Intern 4 is doing his thing still. He's alive and kicking, folks. That's the moment, though. That is the moment. It's like, you know, yes, I am a DK fan, but if you look at my profile here, which we will update right now, in fact, what are we going to do, actually? Because we have the Paulines. I remember I didn't get a chance to do much with Pauline Rose there. Well, since I haven't had a time to acquaint myself with Pauline Rose, she might end up back on the favorite list, but we definitely have to go with our guy DK here, right? Oh, that looks really good. But maybe I want to balance this out a little bit and put DK over here. Let's see, can I do that? Yeah, interesting. Okay. Yeah, I think we'll go with that for the moment. I definitely like the balance to it, and having those in the middle like that. But yeah, I mean, it's really nice that, you know, there is a 6th Kong now. That will feed the value into, you know, players who enjoy the game for different characters, because look, the property of Nintendo is entirely the value of Mario, you know, Donkey Kong, you know, Zelda, right? Pokemon, you know, these things. So, you know, that's what really tugs at the heartstrings, you know, and for me, it's Diddy Kong, right? That is the one. And Donkey Kong is right there too, mind you, but Diddy Kong Racing was my thing. I know many of you in the community, like most notably the apartment, we've talked a lot about it. You know, he brought his family up on Diddy Kong Racing. We grew up with Diddy Kong Racing, right? So there's a lot of sentimentality there. And it was that same generation as with Mario Kart 64, which was the big leap forward, you know, for this genre in the kart racing one. So, you know, Diddy Kong really has the pedigree there. He's in ranked. He's with Funky Kong and in DK Gladiator there. So, but what we will do though, we will we're gonna race with Diddy Kong, because we're gonna ultimately race with Funky Kong, of course. But let's see. Oh, they gave him the soft swerve too. Oh, this is what do we want to do with Diddy Kong here? I think I clicked on the wrong guy there. I think, what is he does he want to race with the new one or the soft swerve? I think he might want to go with the soft swerve. I had a lot of sentimentality for that kart. Oh, look at this. We'll do the little flyberry look. Yeah, it looks nice. Let's do it. Diddy Kong is in ranked. Let's go. So good. Best tour ever. 10 out of 10. Maybe I should say like 9.8 out of 10, just because Intern 4 was doing Intern 4 things, right? But I mean, honestly, I wouldn't have it any other way. That just makes it even more enjoyable for me. The fact that they did that, and it's like, it's kind of like endearment, right? It's like he wasn't entirely useful, so it's like that just makes me love him even more. I mean, that's the thing, right? And that's how I roll. You know, if something doesn't get the appreciation, I'm there to appreciate it even more because it deserves it all the more, right? That's how things go. Look at this, keeping the combo even though I don't know which way I'm going. Even on the second lap. There we go. Oh, did we get the jump boost? We did. Keeping the combo. Wow, actually I've had a non-stop apparently. That's going to end here, maybe. No, look at this, the library book putting in work. I'm not though. I'm not. Diddy doesn't mind though. He's like, I'm just so happy. Look at this guy flipping around. I mean, how cute and how precious. Oh, this character is so good. Best character in the game. I don't care if it's the worst, it's the best. Ah, it's so good. Wow, 23K. Wow, that's amazing. That is amazing with this loadout. I didn't even use the zucchini cart. Ah, that's a good moment. That is the perfect note to end off on, I think, unless we have a pipe pull. I think we might have a pipe pull here, right? That's usually the way we used to end these things. Is there anything? Oh, you know what? Before we do the pipe pull, let's check out to see what is going on with the friends list. And I should really give each and every one of you a shout out for keeping me on the friends list for so long. Oh, the Mario Kart Tour community, I'm telling you. Good place, good people. So here we go. Dulysses, moderator with Kart Life server. Such a kind person. Really love all my interactions with Dooley there. So he's first place on the list. Let's see, we have Toady, big time Diddy Kong fan. You can tell right up there by the expert Diddy Kong badge, which we missed out on. And he's already got that thing at 8 quad capped. He's living the dream, right? So good. So he's a Toad fan and a DK fan, Kong fan, I should say, because it's probably similar to me, more of a Diddy fan. He's eating good this year. The Toads, I mean, right? You had the tourist Toad and the space Toad, right? And then we have Christoph here, one of the early subscribers and supporters of the channel. Back when I was just talking about like cost-benefit analysis on like ranked ticket investments, when every single resource mattered so much. There's been a lot of inflation in the system, and the meaning and the value of the resources has surely changed over time. We have our troop leader Alpha here, who made a top 100 run. You can see very recently, actually right after I made the video of Isai making his top, what was it, top 21 run, was it? Something to that effect. Alpha had a very impressive run, 100% on the spreadsheet, tremendous. His skill, again, just another really great person in the community. The same thing with Pete. We've played multiplayer so many times with Pete. He's a great guy. Free-to-play player. We have Arthur here. He's a kindred spirit, as you will. I think we have a Kong fan here. Gold Pass player, but he plays it really smart, like a free-to-play, who really just maximizes the resource value. And I can't really show it here because tier 99 for a Gold Pass player is probably nothing special at this point, but he was always on that leading edge the whole way. So we have Danny here, free-to-play member. He's really improved his game quite a lot in the last year, I have to say. Picks up more and more things all the time. He's really a pro. Grantula, They must have switched the name. If you switched the name, I can't give you a good shout out. Nap is a very good friend of mine, troop leader in the community here. Mario Kart Tour and Pokemon, right? He's like the dual threat. He's with me on all the live streams, so we have a lot of fun talking to Nap. brilliant mind in the community, really gets the game, gets everything. So a very close confidant of mine. And then we have Bellardi here. Intenion. Oh, we could say so many things about Intenion, right? But we have to keep it brief. I think one of the recent discussions we had are, the bots are too competitive and outrageous. How they can just snipe you with a green shell and like the most insane things that they can do. And it's like, yes, the bots are better than everyone except Intenion. He has grinded every rank track he's ever done, and that's tier 94, but his max tier is 95. He's a free-to-play player, the #1 free-to-play player by tier in the game. You can see high tier right over there is 95. And let's check out the driver list, folks. This is why I always say you don't have to feed into like the coin box or the meme meta. Let's just show you guys what you can do if you plan your game around a strat and really just put everything into achieving that which you really want, the way that you want to do it. Hakama level 1, PGP level 5, PTP level 1, Peach Vacation level 2. I mean, this is the way he's played the game, folks. Doesn't even have Tuxedo Mario. Gold Egg level 1. You can see, but look who he invests into. Peach Yukata, ranked superstar. This is one of his beloveds, along with, Penguin Toadette. And so don't tell me you can't achieve anything without playing the Mii's or without playing Coinbox. Intenion, he's a phenomenal player. And look at that. I mean, say no more, right? The level 6 Dixie Kong. Yeah, he's crushing it. The one Coinboxer he invested into was Gold PD Piranha, go figure. And that's the one that, many people say has had the lowest value. And we can see his Mii's, the one that he's invested into is the Bubble. Shout out to Justin on that. And Dave Falto. What can we say about Dave? They retired. There was always a Dave Day, right? That was the limit break that we had in multiplayer for Coins Aplenty. So those were Saturdays and Tuesdays, was it? Or just Saturdays? I think they trimmed down on that. And then they removed your exploit entirely on your own birthday a year later. That was ruthless, but we always remember Dave for those moments. And we named literally 2 days of the week after him. So, I mean, how much of a shout out can you get there, right? And Isai, we've talked a lot about Isai, brilliant member in the community. We have Milo here. Extended shout outs. Wow, so many people not spending money. I haven't seen that tag in a while. Mr. Coin there, wow. NSM Gang is still kicking, right? Big O. Pastor John, that's a name change. My guy Darkness, he's always on the live streams. A longtime supporter. We have Tabor here. Oh, I could talk for minutes and minutes and minutes about Tabor. My inspiration when it comes to data analysis. And look, he compiled all of the raw data to make something that I could do. I'm looking at very specific things. And Tabor's assets were invaluable to everything that I've done. It's all credit to him. So, yeah, greatly appreciate Tabor. And I hope you're watching this. I do remember at one point in time you said that you would come back and watch the reaction if we ever had a new Kong. So here it is. Tabor, thank you so much for everything that you've done, not just for me, but the entire community. And along with that, since I don't have Kart Life on my friend list, Sammy D over at Kart Life, please, if you're not, already a subscriber, a member of his community, you should go ahead and do so. I am a player of Mario Kart Tour still, and this whole community thrives as a result of him. He's that important, and he's there to support every single person in the community, lifts everybody up and raises them all to be better than they are. His passion and enthusiasm for Mario Kart extends beyond just this game, but in particular this game. He absolutely loves it, and this moment is probably just as special for him as it is for me and all the other Kong fans that are out there. And it really means a lot just to see what you do for everyone. And it's remarkable. And we can't say enough good things about Sammy. Insane with Ordinary Racers, the OR Tech. That's L's new group. It was originally NSM. We have Justin here. I already gave Justin a shout out for the bubble. I think Justin, look, we don't give him enough praise among the troop leader as he probably deserves, because maybe he's come up short. I think he was 101 or 102 on the ACR a couple of times. He created the blueprint for the free-to-play ACR run. We covered that back in 2021. During the Sydney tour, based on his Ninja Tour results. He's definitely one of the leading minds when it comes to strategy. And it just so happens that his investments that he's made go right into the standard meta, and it's difficult to make headway there. We have Bolt here, the original free-to-play milestone, top 24 in the world, more of a Mario Kart 8 player nowadays. And we also have Gray Bell up there. He's been a long-time supporter of the community here. And just to think back to all our old conversations that we had in the comment sections, it's amazing how far everybody goes back. VWVFG. This section is way longer than I expected. I can't believe how many people kept me on the friend list. That's really kind. Nikki V. M. Rob Wills, free-to-play player. We're a tight-knit group, the free-to-plays out there. And look, we have to be, because so much of the potential is through what we see and share with one another, right? Because the potential is there. You can have fun, enjoy this game. You can totally crush it, as we have shown. Mario Champ. Fishy. We have Gurla. The Chris Wiz, that's another one that's been on the list probably since the beginning. This Be Chris. Shout out to you. I know a few of the kart talks you were on from back in the day. I really, admired your stance and position on a lot. And Super Rain Y'all, long time supporter of the community. Enjoy having you on the streams. King Boo fan, right? Amongst other things, probably Yoshi. And I do remember he sent me a screenshot, actually, or a picture rather, of a Diddy plush, I think, like some kind of local game shop or something. So just the fact that you're out with your friends and think to send me that picture, it's that's how good the Mario Kart community is. All right, now that we gave thorough shout outs to the entire friend list, there's going to be openings. You see all those open slots on the Discord. Join the Discord, put your friend code there, and we'll fill up the friend list with all of you, especially the regulars who want to get back in on that. So let's go to the tour gifts. We have a pipe. What are we going to end off with here? Oh, we got a greenie. We wouldn't have it any other way, right, folks? A Diddy Kong would be really swell. But... oh, baby Daisy. Well, there we go. That's how we're going to end this episode. All right. Thank you so much for tuning in, everyone. It's just going to be a lot of fun going through, racing all of these tracks and kind of charting my own progress, just as I, encourage all of you to do out there in the community as well. This game, the direction of it is entirely in your power. And what I mean by that is, look, I showed you my inventory at the start of the video. We can take a look and see, what's in other players' inventories here. It's interesting. Look, they have a Kong on the favorite drivers list, and that happens probably disproportionately just based on my inventory. And the ranked algorithm does pair you based on similarities, and that's all within reason, right? Once you get to a certain point, the kind of competition that you're going to be facing is going to look very similar, like homogeneized, right? based on, everyone who gets to a certain point is going to look relatively same, outside of the outliers, like Nap, for example. He plays similar to Intenion, not focused on Mies, focused on, all the skilled drivers that are out there. But, you can control your ecosystem based on how you play. It's never too late to do exactly what you want to enjoy, and that's what this whole series of content is about, right? It's always about what's useful information for you, not to show off what I'm doing in my game. It's to be there as a companion and a reference for what you can potentially do, and that's entirely your choice, and that's the way that it should be. So with all that out of the way, I do hope that you found this tour to be as thrilling as I have. There's going to be more content. Not sure exactly what the structure of that is going to look like, but we're going to have a lot of fun with this. Thank you so much for the support. I'll be seeing you on the next one. Take care, everybody.